Hi, and welcome back to another day with Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you're new to the tribe, welcome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you'll get an email notification of new videos when I upload, and I upload all the time. If you are a subscriber already, thank you for coming back and so appreciate your presence here today or whenever you watch this message. The messages are not dated as this is timeless. Everything you need to know about me is in the box below. If you're new, hit the subscribe button again and hit the bell next to it. And if you're watching, give me a thumbs up and share this inspirational message with someone. Hopefully, it might brighten their day. Okay? All right. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone in the house. We're going to go ahead and get into the read. Today is a pretty magical day. It is the full moon in Leo. And we're going to talk about that during the read. So, let's go ahead and clear the energy first and then call in the angels, and then we'll get into the reading. Okay? All right. Here we go. Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to be using, I always tell you which decks we're using just in case you have them, and you can go pull them. We're going to be using Queen of the Moon Oracle. And I'm going to be using my old favorite, Queen of the Moon Oracle is by Stacy DeMarco, and that's what the front of it looks like. And I'm also going to be using my favorite Angel Answers with Radley Valentine, okay? So, as I said, we are having, as of today, right now, it is the full moon in Leo. Leo, fire sign. Leo, the sign of big things happening. Leo, fierce energy. Remember, Leo is the lion. This is all happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is all about expansion, forward thinking, being the visionary. Okay? So as we asked ourselves two questions, what do I value in life? And how will I show up in life? And when in doubt, another question you can ask yourself at any time, no matter what the moon is in, ask yourself, what is the kindest thing I can do in this situation? And stop for a moment and see what comes to you. All right? So I did not shuffle the cards off camera as I normally do. And so I'm going to just take a minute and do it right now. I hope all of you are healthy and happy, and I don't know, here in California, we are having, on the Central Coast anyway, we're having a lot of rain. We've had rain for like 2 or 3 days now, and I understand it's going to rain until Saturday. And with the rain comes high winds, which is great. We need the rain. It helps when we get to fire season, which seems to be all the time. And it helps a lot if we have that extra layer on Mother Earth and in our reservoirs, so that, you know, the water can help us with putting those fires out. Aha, so 3 cards came out with the Angel Answers deck, and now let's do the Moon deck and see exactly what comes out there. Okay, all right, so I'm going to finish pulling the cards, and then we're going to, you know what, I'm going to start this over. So I forgot to call in the angels. I just got off a call where I called in the angels, but that has nothing to do with the channel. I'm so sorry. Okay. Angels, archangels, spirit guides, ascended masters, our own spiritual teams of guardian angels, animal totems, spirit totems, benevolent beings from all space, time, and dimension. Come into this reading and bring us the inspiration, the guidance, the wisdom, and knowledge that we so need. Calling in Archangel Michael to surround us, protect us, and guide us. Oh, I'm itching. So this message is for someone. Calling in Archangel Raphael to help us with healing. Calling in Mother Mary, unconditional love. Calling in Buddha, Kuan Yin, Isis, and the Council of Light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. This energy is heavy. What I'm hearing is someone out there is in need of kindness. Someone out there is in need of just a pat on the back. If there's someone that has been on your mind, give them a call, drop them a text, send them an email. Okay. I'm hearing be careful with social media this week. Remember, we have good old Mercury retrograde. Yes, we go into Mercury retrograde. Yes. So that's coming in. So we have some pretty dynamic, fast-moving, intense energy. See how it starts to show up in your world. I'm hearing it's going to play out also on in the global community, and we're going to hear some over the next few weeks. We're going to hear some truths about a lot of things that we've been wondering about. Okay, take two more cards. Okay. All right, Spirit. Angels, what is the message for today? What is the message to... Okay, these two. And the top one. Okay, that was more than two. Okay. Wow. So. Okay. So, as I said, we have a full moon, and it is the full moon in Leo. Leo, as I said, is a fire sign, lots of intense fire energy. We also have, because it is a full moon, there is a lot of powerful energy in the air, great energy for manifesting exactly what you want. So we're going to bring in Archangel Sarah. Angels, thank you for all our many blessings, and thank you for all that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have... Okay. So a couple of messages are really coming up. We have the full moon, and this is all about stepping into your power. And stepping into your power in a very authentic way, stepping into your power and truly understanding what your power is, not in a way to abuse it, not in a way to use it in a way that hurts anyone. It's as if you can, because we are dealing with some different weather across the country. Get outside, look at the full moon, state your intentions. What are your intentions for right now? What are you feeling like you're being called to handle. Um, the affirmation for this card is I have power and it is real. And we all have power. It's just how do you use your power? Do you use your power for good? Do you use your power for supporting others? Do you use your power to manipulate? Right now I'm hearing listen to any ancestral messages that are coming through. Listen to those messages because you're going to get a lot of information. And as you can see, this beautiful being on this on this card, she is getting ready for manifesting exactly what she wants because she is in her power and she knows how to bring about what it is she fully needs in her life or wants in her life or desires. So keep that in mind for today. Also, we have and the full moon may not be able to be seen in some parts. We probably aren't going to be able to see the full moon because of all the clouds and the rain. I really wish I could. This is also known as the wolf moon. Now, all of the full moons have names, and they were given to them by the indigenous Americans. And at this time, the wolf moon was a time where the wolves would go out and howl at the moon. And it was a way of them communicating with their tribes and with letting them know what's going on. So pay attention to what starts to get your attention right now. Is there something coming up that's been sort of like a thought? Maybe a whisper? Maybe something you hadn't thought about before? Jot it down. Because the voice is going to get louder and louder and louder. Like I said, the full moon starts today. We can take use of the energy until Saturday, maybe Sunday. But if you want to do any kind of rituals, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow on the read for the weekend. But it's a great time to set your intentions and start to do any kind of rituals of what it is that you truly wish to manifest, and really begin to focus on what value can you bring to your life, because Leo is all about bringing in only what they truly love. So what is it that you truly love, you truly want to do? Leos don't mess around typically. Enlightened Leos usually are on the money. They can move mountains and they can do it with just a smile. They're forced to be reckoned with at times. They can be pretty powerful, also very playful, very creative energy. They can be fun-loving. So maybe this weekend, think about how you can put more fun in your life. And again, back to the question, what's the kindest thing you can do for yourself right now? So let's look at our other cards. Also, too, on the card for the wolf moon is hunger. What are you hungry for? What do you really want to bring more of into your life? What are you desirous of? What is it that's going to make your heart sing? We have ebbs and flows in life. Sometimes we are on top of the mountain. Sometimes we feel like we're falling down the mountain. We have ebbs and flows in life. And how do you respond to life in an authentic way, even when chaos is going on? How do you love yourself even when chaos is happening all around you? Can you find that place within where you can go to and really begin to, no matter what is going on the outside world, no matter what seems to keep showing up, be it chaos, confusion, more intense energies than you normally would handle, how can you still be your true self? The next card that's coming up is realization. And it's all about understanding that you may not have all the answers right at this moment, but those answers are going to come to you. and they are going to make sense. And even though we're in a time with Mercury retrograde and things being, because remember, when Mercury happens and he goes retrograde, Mercury is the sign of of communication, and it usually focuses around mechanical things, things like computers and technology. So if you can, wait to get your car repaired or wait to get your computer repaired until Mercury goes direct at the end of February. And if you cannot postpone that important communication or conversation, know that you may have to go back and revisit it at another time. Also, remember that with all of this intense energy, it is important for us to really look at and have our own self-awareness. How do we really get to a place in our lives where things just flow? No matter what's going on, things flow. Our mood isn't shaken, our emotions are stable, and we're able to continue to go forward no matter what else is going on around us. And can we take in the light of what is happening? We on the card it also says a waning crescent moon. So that, if I'm not mistaken, follows a and I might be mistaken. I know the crescent moon follows a new moon. You can look on a calendar and find out when there's going to be a waning moon. But it is a time where you can also go within. It's a time where we can look at how we can grow. It's the beginning of a powerful cycle for us. So set your intentions now, write them down, look at them, and then again on the next full moon at the end of February, look and see what you accomplished. Maybe this weekend sit down and do an action timeline. What is it that you'd like to accomplish by this time next month on the next full moon? What is it that you would like to see happen? And set that intention with the understanding that this or something better. And always start out with thank you. It is my intention, and then state it to the universe. You can write it down as a reminder for yourself, or you can make a mental note of it. I don't know about you, but my mental notes sometimes get jumbled. So I write it down. And another thing to continue to do is to maintain your boundaries. Many of us grew up at times in our families where we didn't learn that growing up. It wasn't a conversation. We did as we were told. The adults at that time did the best that they could. And when you can mature to the point where you can say, you know what? They may not have given me everything, but they did the best they could. When you can get to that level of maturity, you really have stepped into a very powerful stance, and one that you can use throughout your life. Because to accept that other people may not have been able to give you everything, even though you might feel like they should have known better, they could only know what they knew. They could only know what they had available to them. And things have changed a lot from when we were, at least in my life since I was growing up. I don't know about yours. And one of the things we never talked about was boundaries. Figure out what it is you need. What makes you happy? What makes your life work? What do you need to really examine? What are your boundaries? What is a boundary killer? What inspires you? What keeps you going forward? And verbalize what those boundaries are. Don't assume that loved ones are going to automatically know. Don't assume that loved ones are going to be able to read your mind. I mean, some people can read minds, but you don't want them reading yours a lot of the time. And if you find that you've set up boundaries and things still don't go your way, what that is the universe protecting you. Remember, the universe is always listening, and the angels are always listening. And you may be saying, but this is what I truly desire. And then it doesn't happen. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I keep asking and it doesn't happen. What's the deal? They say, ask and it shall be given. What I, think I believe I will receive. What's going on? Here's the deal. It may not be time for you to receive that right now. Because remember, things are going on around behind the scenes. And everything happens in divine timing. And it just may not be the right time. That doesn't mean that you forget it. That doesn't mean you say, I'm not enough because I don't have it. It just may not be the time for you to have it. Maybe the other parties, if there are other people involved, maybe they need to work on some stuff. Maybe some things need to be made clear to them. Maybe they need to miss you for a little while if you feel like you need to step away from a relationship and really heal. Allow yourself that opportunity to do that. We're going through a lot on this planet. We're dealing with global climate changes. We're dealing with COVID. We're dealing with one-day lockdown, shut in, settle in place. It's kind of been like that for the last almost year now. And just that alone is enough to unsettle us. And then you add in the political climate we've been in. You add in all of the falsehoods and the misleading information from media. And then you plug in there social media. And, it can become overwhelming. So set your boundaries. Set your boundaries, and I had to learn this because, like I said, no one taught me about boundaries, and I had to learn what is the kindest thing I can do for myself, what is the kindest thing I can offer others, and what is my enough line. Now, some people may say it's the line in the sand. No, because to me, sand shifts too much. I had to tell a dear loved one they went too far. And step back. And it meant I stepped back. I didn't step away, but I stepped back from the relationship to allow myself to heal, to allow myself to feel better, to allow myself the perspective and the time to look at what it is that I truly desired and what would be the kindest thing for everyone. And in practicing self-kindness, that takes courage for anyone to do that. So if you're doing that, bravo for you, and pat yourself on the back. We have a lot of cheerleaders, and we have a lot of people in the audience who want to weigh in and tell you how to do it. And you may not have asked for that. Sometimes I have friends that I know if I call, they'll listen. I have friends that I'll call and they'll listen, and I'll say, all right, give me the feedback. And they will. And then I have other people who, they'll call and say, hey, you don't sound so great, or hey, you sound on top of the world, what's going on? And they'll just leap in with what they feel should happen. And while I'm grateful and thankful for all of those different kinds of energies and input, I know that having my own boundaries is really important. So think about that this weekend. What is the kindest thing you can do for yourself? And start to practice forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself. Because there are times when we don't always hold our boundaries. Sometimes we may make excuses and we may say, oh, they didn't really mean it. Oh, yeah, well, when things go wrong in a relationship, we may do that. And one of the things that is the hardest things for us to do is to forgive ourselves. And forgive yourself for the times that you went back on your word. Forgive yourself for the times that you might have judged them. Forgive yourself for the time where you might have said, you know what? And I'm cursing. That's what that was about. I wasn't my stomach growling. But forgiveness. Think about what it would take for you to forgive someone. What would it take for you to forgive a situation or circumstance or an event? All right? And if you ever want to work with someone, I do. I have a great program about forgiveness, and it's coming up in February. And we're going to talk about that next week. Another way to get real clear about how you're feeling is through meditation. Now, tomorrow evening, I'm offering a meditation. If you'd like to be in on it, send me an email. The email address is wisdomfromtheangels@gmail.com, and it is listed down below. Try to get it to me before 1 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time, so that I can get the link to you. But there is a meditation tomorrow evening where I start off giving information about the full moon. I do it on the moons. I think I'm just going to start doing it on full moons. And because the full moon is such a powerful, powerful moon. Now, the new moon is as well, but I find that people tend to show up more for the full moon ones. And then we go into a meditation afterwards, and we have a Q&A in between before the meditation. And for people on the East Coast, it's a great time. If you're already ready for bed, just stay in the bed and go right on to sleep. But it is a time where we can come together as a community, and meditation can bring you answers. So if you are into meditation, keep a pen nearby. And the meditation I offer is for all levels of people who are meditating. I'm going to start offering another meditation for healing throughout the month. But for now, this is what I have to offer. And so tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, meditation. Interested? Send me an email. I'll get the Zoom link to you. Or you can go to my website and look under workshops, events, and meditations right there. All right? It says, how can you improve your health? That is one way that we can not only maintain our boundaries, but we can get real clear about what we will and will not accept into our lives. Because we get real clear about what we're going to be digesting. Have you decided that maybe for 2021 you're going to change what you eat and how you eat? Have you decided to become a vegetarian, a vegan, or start to eat cleaner? I myself am on a 90-day fast. I did a 40-day fast in the fall, and that seemed to be a time where I was really on point and really intentional. And I've noticed that this time around it has been a little bit of a struggle. And it could be because it's 90 days. It could be because of the energies. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really got that finite with it yet. But because I've been on the page of it's going to work out and I'm going to get back into a groove. But how are you going to improve your health? Are you going to start exercising more? Are you going to meditate more? Are you going to do things or try things like Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga? Those are all things that can help improve your health. So can exercise. Right now, because we are in lockdown and settled in places, a lot of gyms are not open. But if you like walking, get outside and walk. Walk in nature. Nature is a great place for you to walk and really connect to that part within you that you may not always connect to. It's a great thing to get out and walk in nature, especially right now when you have on masks. You can talk to yourself. Nobody knows what's going on under that mask. You can be talking to yourself like you're having a conversation with someone. I know I do it all the time. And I answer myself. And here's what the angels want you to know. No matter what's going on in your world, there's no need to worry. It's going to work out. And it's going to work out the way that is intended for your growth and for the best that is for you. Because the angels are there. They want the very best for you. Here's how you get them to work in your life. You can do it in a couple of ways. Put your hands over your heart and just talk to the angels by telling them you're giving them permission to come work miracles in your life and then speak to them. You can also do it by holding a crystal. I love to hold my rose quartz crystal. Doesn't matter which hand you hold it in. You can also do and just talk to the crystal, I need help, Crystal. And the angels come in here. This is what is really what I am truly desirous of. Speak to them. Give them permission to work in your life. Okay? And I keep repeating that so you understand. You can sit there and talk to the angels all day long. They're listening. But if you don't give them permission, guess what happens? They're just listening. And you have to take action. So it's not just a one-way thing. Co-creation is about you doing something and you putting it out there that this is what you truly desire. And then step away. Have no expectations about how it's going to show up in your life. And let it happen. Not worry about it. Let it happen. Because the last card that came out is romance. How are you loving yourself? And the other way that you can connect to the angels is by heart linking. That's taking your thumb and middle finger, which starts an energetic cord going up your arm to your heart, up to your throat, your crown chakra, on up into, past your soul star, on up into the angelic realm. Now, this is from the process known, the energy healing process known as IET, or also known as integrated energy therapy. If you want to know more, go to www.learniet.com. I am a master instructor, and I do teach IET. It is a beautiful way to learn about the angels, to connect with the angels, and to do healing sessions as using the angels as your helpers. And you're channeling the energy from the angelic realm into your clients. And it is a higher modality of healing than Reiki, and it does work. It's gentler, it goes deeper, because what IET does is it works with releasing blockages, limiting beliefs, and behaviors on a cellular level. So that goes even deeper than Reiki. And the other way that you can call in angels is on this channel we say, angels, get the flock in here. So I hope you got something out of this reading for today. It is the full moon in Leo. It is a wolf moon. Go out there and howl at the moon. Go out there and talk to the moon. If you're lucky enough and you don't have neighbors nearby, what better way to really just have some fun? And that's what we need to do. We need to lighten up. That's what Leo is about. Lighten up. Have some fun. Feel good about life. Feel happy. Be creative. And allow yourself to truly, truly embrace your life. This is your life. You are a human being having a spiritual adventure. Enjoy it. Okay? Come back tomorrow for the weekend read, and we'll talk a little bit more about the full moon, Mercury retrograde, and rituals you can do for the full moon. Okay, take care, and I look forward to you coming back to Wisdom from the Angels. Don't forget, thumbs up and share it with someone. Take care. Thanks for dropping by today.